Hello, and we're back for the third and final part of our look at Dwarf Fortress. And so this time we're going to be looking at two different things you can do, the last two things to do. So, well, first thing we're going to have a look at is Legends mode. So this, Elasnia, is the world that we did our adventurer video on. So if we go into the Legends folder, we get this. So we have historical figures, which are a list of basically everyone who's ever done anything important ever. And it also includes, for example, here's a dragon, and it shows basically their entire life history. So look at what this dragon's been eating, lots of people, oh my god, he really had a busy life. Oh, and then he was finally slain by a human. And so, also interesting should be if we usually at the bottom. There we go. Sabu Night Dashed. He's our hero that we looked at in the adventure video. So, as you can see there, he struck down Ica Passage Dented. That must have been that bandit we killed. Became a hero. Settled in basins, snarled. And so we can also, if we want, search for someone. So I believe the bandit leader we hunted down was called the Ip Fancied Shelter. And so there we go. He is of unknown parentage. Became master of reputed lines, and there in 127, that's when we hunted him down and destroyed his ass. Well, my wrestler punched him in the brain, but, you know, whatever. Right, next we have sites. This is everywhere ever that existed, so these are all caves. Lots of people, apparently, lots of kobolds starved to death. Whatever. There's a mountain halls. These are dwarven settlements that are pre-generated. Oh, look at all these things, dark fortresses. You could go on for hours. Regions, so this actually shows you on the world map where various places are. So we just zoom through them all. The Hill of Splattering. Wow. I know, apparently a dragon lived there. Underground regions, oh, you have to discover these yourself in adventure modes, but he journeyed to the depths of the world and tamed the cave crocodiles. But yeah, I mean, look at all this stuff. There's generally forgotten beasts, and adventurers have been there. Civilizations, so these are all the groups of goblins, elves, kobolds, humans, dwarves that have ever existed. There you go. They haven't done much yet. But structures, as far as I can tell so far, this just consists of markets. I don't know if I assume that's going to be added to later. Right, maps. This shows, look, there's the whole wide world. I can, that's sort of like well, you can toggle territories. I use this one, it's easier to see. And you can actually change the year, and look, you can see things are changing, like forts are springing up and disappearing. Pretty interesting. You can also export it as a JPEG to so you can look at it elsewhere. And this is like the whole history of the world. Look at this. This is every event that ever happened. The War of Splattering began. Wow. So yeah, that was that was Legends mode. So now we're going to go back to the menu.
Ooh, just fiddling around with the zoom there for some reason. Sorry about that pretty shameless cut. Some things happened, but whatever, it's not important. So now object testing arena, so we'll just pick the raw folder, and this mode's pretty fun, so we'll just wait for it to load. Right, so this is the arena. So up in the top left we've got like a lava-y area with like a sort of pyramid in the middle. To the right we've got a sort of complicated tunnel thing which leads into the bottom right, which is like a building, a fort, castle type thing with a maze underneath. And the left is water. So in the middle there's like a little arena thing there. So the main purpose of the arena is you can use it if you develop mods for this. You can use it to test things, and so you can actually spawn stuff in. So we'll go to the thing in the middle here. Here's a list of every creature in the raws that has the tag that lets them be used in the arena. You can actually edit it so that any creature can be used. So we can spawn a Batman. We could change the team he's on, but we'll just keep him independent for now. We could also set his skills, won't do that just yet. So we'll have Batman versus what's a fair-ish fight? A cheetah. So press escape, and look, they start having a bit of a bash, and eventually one of them, they're taking the sweet time about it, but eventually one of them will, there we go, the Batman won, killed the cheetah, and all is well. And another thing you can actually do is, if we hover over him and press A, we can take control of him, like it has the adventure mode controls, but we are the Batman. Which is good, because say you set up a battle or something, you can take charge of a unit and generally go crazy. I think the purpose of all this maze-like stuff down here is to, if you are developing a mod, is to test your pathfinding, but I don't really know. Right, let's see if we can't do something a little more interesting. Okay, so here we've got 10 dwarves. I'll just make another one to show you how it worked. Actually, they're all on side one, yeah. And so I've edited the skills to make them all competent axe dwarves, and if you press N, you can give them items. So you can give them armor, weapons, and ammunition. And so we can actually just quickly make another block of 10, and they should have a little battle. There we go. Oh, look at them. Oh, look, there's 7 bits flying everywhere. Ooh, nasty. And so I think the fight's nearly over. I can't really tell. Oh, as we can see there, the Batman flew out of the arena and joined in and was killed. So yeah, I think that fight is over, and I think that's Team 1, the lower numbers, have survived. Wow, so that was pretty brutal. And what we're going to do to reward them is we'll just go up a few levels, and if you place water then lava, then you can actually make a little rock thing, and that one didn't work too well actually, but I'll make another hapless victim and demonstrate. So if I plonk a dwarf here, got a couple of Z levels, water magma makes a warm rough-hewn rock wall, which when we press play falls on the dwarf and squashes him. Oh, that is fun. Right, you can spend a lot of time messing around with all the stuff here. So, for example, would you ever want to know what happens if an emperor penguin armed with an axe takes on an elf armed with an axe? and apparently a dwarf as well. The answer is the dwarf wins. Oh, but I think I've made my point. So there's a pile of platinum there. I don't know how that got there. So this concludes our look at Dwarf Fortress. It's a very, very fun game, and I would encourage you to try it if at all, if you can, which you should be able to. I mean, it's free. It's not a very big download. He's in a bad way. But anyway, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.